Welcome to Active English Training. My name is Ingrid, and this picture description is about a little girl and her grandmother baking a cake together. This is part of a series of 1-minute picture descriptions to prepare for your speaking test on the topic childhood memories. To practice, play the description part of the video 3 times. The first time, just listen and connect the words you hear with the images on the photo, and the second and third time, speak along aloud. This speak along is very important as it will help you activate and expand your active vocabulary, which means improving your speaking skills. So let's start. Here you can see a grandmother and granddaughter in the kitchen baking a cake together. There is a mixing bowl made of glass and filled with egg yolks in front of the little girl, and she's whisking the eggs with a whisk. The grandmother is spooning flour out of a glass jar with a tablespoon on the worktop in front of them. There is another glass jar, probably filled with sugar, I guess, a tray of eggs, a bottle of milk, 2 smaller bowls, and 2 rolling pins to roll out the dough later. Grandmother and granddaughter are smiling, so I think they are not only enjoying baking a cake, but also spending time together, and they're both wearing cooking aprons. In the background, you can see kitchen cabinets, the sink, some wooden chopping boards, pots with herbs, and a shelf. It's a nice white country-style kitchen, and maybe at the grandmother's house. I think the grandmother is teaching her grandchild how to bake a cake. Maybe they are making a family recipe handed down by the grandmother's mother or grandmother, and she is passing it on now to her granddaughter. I'm sure a little later the kitchen will be filled with the lovely smell of a freshly baked cake, and later they'll have coffee or tea together, enjoying a piece of this still warm cake. I think this is a great way for the girl and her grandma to spend quality time together and build a loving and warm relationship. And whenever the girl smells the delicious smell of a freshly baked cake later in life, it will probably bring back fond memories of her time and relationship with her gran. Unfortunately, my grandparents didn't live in the same village, so I never baked a cake with her. But I remember her kitchen very well, as it was very old, dating back to the beginning of the 1900s, with a very old wood stove. So visiting my grandma was a little bit like a trip back in time, very fascinating. And I remember the fire stove filling the kitchen with warmth and coziness. What sort of memories do you have thinking about your grandparents or grandmother? Did you bake or cook together when you were little? Did she teach you a special recipe? What other activities did you do with your grandparents together?